Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into something really fascinating, mastering global investment negotiations. And it's definitely way more than just looking at spreadsheets, isn't it? It's this whole complex dance of cultural nuances and constantly shifting market dynamics. So our mission today is to uncover how the top investors handle all that complexity and, importantly, what their strategies might mean for you.
Exactly. And we're drawing on some really insightful work here, particularly from Dr. Pooyan Ghamari, who founded the ALandPlatform. He really emphasizes, that mastering this space takes serious cultural intelligence and strategic adaptability. We're going to unpack what that actually means for how you might approach your next big international deal.
Okay, so cultural intelligence, I hear that it's vital, but let's be real. In this high-stakes world, can't a really strong financial offer sometimes just steamroll cultural differences? Does Ghamari talk about balancing that pressure for speed with, the need for that deeper cultural understanding?
That's a really critical point, and Ghamari's research suggests something often missed: a seemingly small cultural slip-up. Like, say, pushing for contract details too early in a culture that really values building the relationship first. Well, that's not just awkward, it's actually strategic error. It can completely derail things. He stresses it's not just about being polite, it's about tactical precision. For instance, some cultures might need several meetings, really focusing on rapport before even talking terms. Others, they want the data, the results right up front. Low context versus high context, essentially. Bridging those gaps, understanding which approach to take, that's how you build the trust you absolutely need for any long-term partnership.
Right, right. That makes a lot of sense. Building trust is foundational. But okay, even if you nail the cultural side, the ground beneath your feet is always shifting, right? Markets change. So how do those market dynamics fit into successful negotiations? What does Gamari say about, staying ahead of that curve?
Yeah, it's an equally vital layer. You can't ignore it. Gamari really highlights the need to analyze things like specific regulatory environments, currency fluctuations, political risks. And this isn't just background noise. Think about currency volatility. It's not just numbers changing on a screen. It directly impacts the real value of a deal over its entire lifetime, hitting the ROI hard. So incorporating this kind of real-time data lets you propose terms that are, well, realistic, flexible, and genuinely tuned in to what's happening regionally. And that's where, advanced analytical tools, like the ones Gamari discusses, become so important. They give you those real-time indicators, the market insights you need to craft really solid data-driven positions.
Okay, interesting. And adapting to the new rules. We're in a digital age now. How do digital tools, and maybe something less obvious like cause-related marketing, how do they reshape these global investment talks?
Oh, it's a total evolution. Digital tools are changing everything. Platforms like the one Gamari developed, they help with secure communication, easy document sharing, even running different scenarios, which is crucial when you've got stakeholders negotiating across, multiple time zones. And then there's blockchain, bringing this incredible transparency to transactions, which is becoming more and more relevant. Now, cause-related marketing, or CRM, that's fascinating. Gamari points out that weaving these initiatives into your investment story can actually boost your negotiating leverage. Maybe surprisingly, his research indicates that showing a commitment to social responsibility isn't just like good PR. It's a direct lever in the negotiation. The data he's looked at actually shows projects focused on sustainability or community impact. They often get better terms, faster approvals too. It's turning purpose into profit.
Wow. Okay, so if we're pulling this all together into practical steps for someone listening, it sounds like, first, meticulous cultural homework, then using powerful analytics for market insights, plus integrating these new digital platforms, and finally strategically weaving in those cause-related marketing principles. Is that about right?
That's a great summary, but there's one more piece. How do you know if it's actually working? Beyond just getting the deal signed, Gamari really stresses tracking outcomes using KPIs, key performance indicators. Think about things like deal velocity, how fast you close, but also stakeholder satisfaction levels afterwards, and how well the collaboration actually works post-agreement, that continuous feedback loop. That's essential for sharpening your strategies for the next negotiation and boosting that overall ROI.
So thinking about all these pieces, the culture, the data, the tech, the purpose, what really stands out to you about how they combine, how they create a richer, more effective way to negotiate, it's clearly not just about the bottom line anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, just consider for a moment how applying these insights, this more holistic approach, could transform not just your individual deals, but the actual nature of your long-term global partnerships, building something more resilient, more impactful.
Definitely food for thought. We hope this deep dive gives you some powerful tools to master your next global negotiation.